Today we are going to finish our base area. And man, I have been waiting for a long time for this moment. And I've been nervous, to be quite honest. I've been really nervous to finish our base, but I think it's necessary that we finally bite into the sour apple and do this thing. But first of all, I need to show you what needs to be done. So, probably the biggest part of our base that has to be done is the city element that has not been done in a while. Do you remember that time where I commissioned some mates on this server to do some houses? Yeah, I never showed you these houses, but I think it's time you see what they did. So, first off, we have the house that I commissioned Yannick to do many months ago. And he finished that also many months ago, and I'm finally ready to show you this one. Yay! Okay, so this is an apartment complex with some shops downstairs. So on the right, we have a record shop, which is something that we did all together on the server on a rainy Thursday evening. Okay, I don't know what day it was, but it was a lazy day and we decided to do a little record shop over here. This is every record in the entire game. This is also here the pick step record that we found a while ago. Well, this is every record. We collect these in our creeper farm because our creeper farm that we have produces some skeletons and some zombies from time to time, and yeah, that way we get a lot of records over the time. But yeah, just to show you that they are legit. Boom. There we go. I don't know what music this is, so let's listen to it. Oh, there was already a music disc in there, so let's listen to this. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. What's this one? Oh, it was the creepy one. Okay. Let's give this back. And I don't have a place for the creepy one. Yeah, we have a lot of discs. Anyway, on the right, over here, we have a little ramen noodle shop over here. We even have some realistic pricings, I think. So that's nice, and yeah, that was fun building this thing. We have a table area over here, using some pistons as tables, because, you know, what else are you going to use pistons for, am I right? Then we have some bowls, you know, some area where you can like get beer from or something, and a bar. Yeah, that's a nice place. And of course we have the area behind the bar where you can get out and you can escape. And that's the building that Yannick did. I'm really thankful for him that he did that, and it's a really cool building. The apartments upstairs, they are empty because I couldn't be bothered to fill them. And yes, I have been noted to have said that I would always fill the buildings in my areas, but I just don't have time. And when I have time, I'm doing videos like these ones. So I'm sorry, okay? Some apartments are going to be filled, some are not. But let's go to the next building, because Fabio insisted that he also wants to do a building in my city. And yeah. He sure did. He sure did. I think he even put his like... Let's go up. He even wrote like F up there, like Japanese letters, which is funny. So this is obviously Fabio's build. Yeah, and it cranked up the scale of the city that we're going to build to 1,000. I even think he did it up to build height if we go up there. Whoop. Let's take a look. Yeah, 235, like that's almost build height, I think. That's really high. And there's just an ender pearl in stasis here. I don't know whose ender pearl that is. Um, it's not me. Okay. I just summoned someone. But it's not me. Whoever this is, their status is gone now. So congratulations. Bye. Man, this is huge. Okay, so this is the most important part, finishing the city area. The whole idea behind the city is that if we come into our base area from the main tunnel over here, you know, from where the construction site is that we did back in episode 3 or 4, I think. When you come in, you are supposed to see the city landscape back there. Okay, right now they're kind of like obscured by the fog because the render distance is pretty low on the server to prevent lag. But, you know, when we have this world offline and we look at it, there should be the city landscape like this, you know? So it looks like a Japanese city from afar. And that's how it's supposed to go. But I think before we do that, we need to make this front area of the base a little bit prettier. So it's already pretty pretty, to be honest. Pretty pretty. PP, pretty pretty. But I think it lacks some stuff, you know, like this area over here, there needs to be something. And like if we go over here, this area here, like next to our base, this needs something. It's just an empty grass field, so I don't like that. And also, like, yeah, it just needs to be filled in a little bit more if we look at it. Also over here, yeah, it needs to have done something a little bit more. So I think first, oh man, first thing on the agenda before we start with the big city is to finish up the front area of our base, meaning everything next to the bamboo forest. And if we have done that, we can start with the city. I fell down again. And reason for that is, first I need to get into the flow of building my base again, and also I am really, really scared of starting the city. So let's start with this thing, and I guess it's time-lapse time. And be warned, this episode is going to have a lot of time lapses. Okay, that was some work, but we have transformed a lot, so let's take a look at what we have done. So we have transformed this area over here. We now have some trees and it looking a lot more clean than it did before. This new road connects our base area with the desert area over there, and I also have created this little what do you call that? This little checkpoint over here, just a little bit detail, you know, to make it a little bit prettier, and I like it. I like it a lot. I also really like the view that we get from this new road to our base. I think it's looking really nice. Especially when you walk towards the base area, I don't know, it looks magical, I think. Anyway, I tried to create this pink cherry blossom tree, even though we don't have pink leaves, and I think it worked out fine. I mean, it's not the best thing, but I like it, you know, it fits in here very well. Now to the new houses that I have built, we have this new one that you have already seen in the time-lapse, and frankly, I really like this house. I think it looks really nice. Especially the roof of that house just looks... Man, I like it. I really like how this house looks. Whoop. Let's fly over here and just take another closer look at it. This is it. I really like it. I think it works really well next to our main base. But it's not really like filled in. Yeah, there isn't really anything in here because I have to hurry up because today is the 26th of November and we already know when 1.18 will drop on the 30th of November. So let's see if we can get this video up before the new update drops. And one thing you didn't see in a time lapse, I have already built 2 more buildings over here. These 2 smaller buildings, I just didn't feel like taking a time lapse of these 2 because we're going to have a lot of time lapses here, so it doesn't really matter to have a time lapse for every building, but we have these 2 buildings here. We have this one with the nether brick roof, which I like very much. I think it looks really cute, even though again there's nothing in there. And we have this little one over here. You can see I tried my hand at some banner art. I think it worked out really nicely. And I actually also filled this one. It's a little restaurant area over here. I also put in one of our cats. I think Noodle really landed itself well for this restaurant. And I know, I need to get some villagers in here as well because I like to have some workers in my little shops. But yeah, we're gonna do that later. I actually prefer to fill all my buildings with interiors. But yeah, I don't know if I will be able to... Is the skeleton going to spot me? Is he going to spot me? I don't know. I don't know if I can fill every building in time, but I at least will try to fill these buildings that we have already built in time, probably off camera, and I'm going to show you it maybe during the world tour, but for now, we really need to get going with even more buildings. Are you excited? This is going to be a building extravaganza. A build fest. It's going to be a building mega episode. Yeah. So now that the front area of our base is all done, I think we can get started at the city area of the base. And yeah, I think the smartest way to go about it is probably to start where there are already a few buildings. So with these 2 blocks, the block over here, which is right behind our new building there, and the block with the Lawson on it. And yeah, this is going to be hard. Yeah, I don't know. With every new building I plan to build, this project seems bigger and bigger. Especially considering that I have to account for this thing over here. I genuinely didn't expect Fabio to build such a large building. But because this one is so big, I also need to build at least comparably big buildings so that they don't seem to be so out of place. Or at least this one doesn't seem to be so out of place. So that's going to be a lot of work, and I can already kind of see that I will have to go resource mining at some point. So yeah, I think the next thing I'm gonna do is fill this block over here with similar buildings to this one. I actually plan the buildings to get bigger and bigger the further we go back. So this one is, I think, going to be the average size for the buildings in these 2 blocks, so in this block and this block. Then I think I'm going to do a little bit bigger buildings than this one in these two blocks. So this one and this one. And then over here we're going to go skyscraper level. So probably not as big as this one. Fabio can have the biggest building in my city. I don't care. But I think I'm going to do, fairly big buildings so that it seems like a gradient, so that they get bigger and bigger and bigger, or taller and taller and taller the further on you go. And I hope that way the city will seem like it just organically grew over time. People just build higher and higher buildings. That's kind of like the vibe I'm going for. But I'm going to start over here, and that also means I have to, kind of get a new home for this guy. He has been down here for a long while. So I think I'm going to unite him with the villager that we have over there, so that they can make babies and therefore new workers for our new city. So yeah, that's the battle plan. So I think I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna make these buildings, and I'm gonna see you when I have done them. Oh, hello there. Didn't see you over there. I was too preoccupied with hating myself. Yeah, because I noticed a few things while building the city. So the first thing is, look at this. This looks really nice. And yeah, I already built one more building on this side just to get a feel for it. And just look at it. It's nice. I like it. But also, the other thing, I noticed, I don't know if I can finish this in time. So, I have been building a lot. To be precise, I built these 3 more buildings, this one, and this little white one over here. And that process, it took me a while. So much, in fact, that I noticed I probably won't be able to finish the entire city in time until this video needs to come out. And yeah, you can see from behind, maybe if I fly around a little bit more. Here you can see we already have done a little bit, but there's still so much more to do. And I don't have the time nor the resources to finish all of that in this video. That is also why I already started building this block and this building. Because even if I don't manage to finish all of it, at least it will look good from the front, So yeah, I feel a little bit bad because I somewhat promised you that I am going to finish this entire city in this video, and I just noticed I cannot do this. So I'm currently still in college, and doing college and doing YouTube on the side it's not easy, because making Minecraft builds, especially Minecraft builds of this proportion, takes a lot of time, not only building itself, but takes a lot of time of just resource gathering. And I still didn't tell you, I am completely out of resources. I need to collect a lot of stuff. And this ain't happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these new buildings a little bit more in detail. And after that, we are going to end the video. But, whoops. What is this? I'm pressing Optifine zoom button, C, and then just disappear. Oh, okay, this was weird. But, to get back to business, but this won't be the final state of the city. No, I personally consider this base to be done. This area you see over here with our colorful buildings, this is the base. This is where my base of operation is. We have my storage area, and we even have my paper farm over here. So that is the base. The city in the back initially was just that. It was a background to my base. So here's my compromise. I'm going to finish this video, and until we do the world tour, which is going to be the last time we are going to see this world on this channel before we change the world for 1.18. Until then, I'm going to continue building on this city. Fabio, my mate on this server, already told me that he's going to help me out with it, so I hope we can do as much as possible until we do the world tour, where Fabio's also going to accompany us, which is fun. I am really excited for that. But until then, we're going to continue building on this city, and hopefully we're going to add many more buildings. But for today, these are going to be the final buildings that we did. So let me show you what we did, and then I guess we're going to end the video. Yeah, you know what, I can live with that. Yeah. So let's go. So first of all, we have this nice gray building over here. Maybe in here is going to be like a shop or something like that. I am not sure yet, but this one took a lot of stone, so I'm happy that it looks good. You know, I based it on the building my mate Yannick did on this side here, and I just basically copied it but bigger, and I like it. It's looking good. I also added these little green bits over here in the city, and it made it look a lot more alive, which is really nice. I really like that. I also did some over there, as you can see. Then we have the white building over here, just a little white building, which is really cute, I think. Some cyan terracotta, which is one of the best blocks in the entire game, in my opinion. And when we're already on terracotta, we have a yellow terracotta floor. And last but not least, we have this big sandstone building with this light gray terracotta, light gray concrete, I think, base. And yeah, this floor looks also really good. I was a little bit worried while building it that it won't look as good as I imagined it, but you know, it's fine. I like it. But I especially like these stairways. I don't know why, but I like them a lot. It's just, they're so cool. They're so cool, these stairways that are outside the house. It's fun. It's a nice detail, especially if we look from afar. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it. I made it. Yeah, it looks good. It gives the house a little bit more detail. And these red terracotta strips here, they are really nice as well. Yeah. And this is it. Another video I'm going to end on the roof of our base. So this is the final video on this server that is at least regular. There's going to be the last video, which is going to be the world tour, where we are hopefully having a lot more in this city over there. But until then, where I'm going to greet you in a tuxedo, and we are hopefully going to talk to Fabio for the first time on this channel, I say goodbye, and I hope you had fun with this little series I did, and we see each other next time for whatever I'm going to be doing then. Bye!